like, how you gonna follow that? This has been, what's the word? I think that the best word is inspiring. It's been inspiring. It's been invigorating. It's been exciting. I was struck by the ingenuity that I saw among the people in terms of looking at what was going on in their community and coming up with real viable solutions. And the sincerity and the passion that they brought to their work. We started and what I think I'm looking forward to, whenever you go on a venture like this, you always have to say, okay, so now what? You know, so we're at the now what. So I'm looking forward to how we put our brains together, how we put our skills together, and then look at next steps. So where do we go from here, and what do we do to support, to encourage, to enhance what the people on the ground are doing here in Africa. I think that it was significant that we are African Americans. I'm not sure how that translated to a lot of the people that we met, because I don't think anybody actually spoke to it. But in my heart, I know that it was significant that this happened, because I don't think there's been a group of African Americans who just sort of got together and decided they were going to go and do this kind of work in Africa. You know, we weren't on a tour. We weren't going to say, okay, let us fix you. We weren't doing all of those things. We were just going to say, okay, what are you doing? You know, what are your challenges, and what are you doing about those challenges? And how can we support you in this? So even if we just spread the word regarding what they're doing and other people get interested, then that's a level of support. I posted on my Facebook today that we were at this the startup weekend, and I got an immediate response from somebody I didn't know who said, where's the link? I mean, she's on my friends, but you know how it is on Facebook. You have people who are your friends, but you don't know them. So, but she wanted to know what the link was. So I think that's important. You know, I think what we have to do is talk about what we saw in all the forms. You know, talk to people informally, have formal presentations, put it on our, use social media. So I think it's been a fantastic journey. I'm looking forward to the relationships that we have formed, moving forward and producing something. So that's kind of where my head is. My head is kind of, how do we continue this work when we get back home? What I don't want to see happen is that we make this trip, we go home, and we just kind of talk about it, but we don't do anything. So what are our next steps in terms of our actions? That's what I'm really excited about. Fawad is absolutely wonderful. I wish I could just package him up and take him home and claim him as one of my sons. So he's such a kind soul. All of our hosts have been wonderful. We started in Dakar, and one of the things that really got my attention in Dakar was Madam C. Her farm, how she's experimenting and she's doing the research and looking at how she can make agriculture more productive and how to generate revenue using agriculture for her country. The next place we went was Johannesburg, and the guys working on the data collection and the data sharing project for the taxis was just exciting. And again, they were looking at people who have long waits, taxi drivers who may have incomplete loads, and looking at coming up with solutions that makes it easier for both the consumer, the customer, the taxi owner, and the taxi driver. I think that was fantastic. And the beautiful faces that we saw in Cape Town, those children, the school, Asha's effort, her desire to educate children who normally would not get a quality education, and her sincere effort to really support these children in all ways to make sure that they're successful. I really want to see that project be successful. I really want to see that graduating class come and make a contribution to that school and to continue that legacy and to build on that that institution. After Cape Town, we went to Nairobi, and the Two Chicks project, where these women are trying to encourage women to learn information technology, to build their skills, to build their confidence. And for me, that reflected back to the comments that were made at the iHub in Pretoria, wherein the women were not able to present themselves, though they had graduated from university and they were highly skilled. They didn't make the cut to get into the Innovation Hub. And so here we have somebody in Kenya who's trying to address that among women and to increase literacy among women and to increase their skill sets in the information technology field. And we rounded out our trip here in Cairo, where we had the opportunity to see young entrepreneurs present their ideas that they threw together in just 3 days, and to come up with a complete plan of how they're going to address various problems that they've seen in the community. We spent time at the district, and I was impressed with the young men who want to start a camp, and the young man who wants to not only start a business where he's collecting survey data, but also try to integrate into that a way to service the community. So that's where my focus has been. I think it's been a wonderful trip. I think this is something that we should try to formalize and do again. And I think it's something that we should find ways to follow up with everything that we've done.